What's up, you guys? And welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa. And of course, I am here with the boys, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
And how y'all doing today?
That might have been our best one
Nice.
so far.
You saw that? We dragged that out.
Yeah, that might have been our best one so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
What do you think? Did we harmonize?
It's all right.
It was alright.
She wants more out of us, bro. She's pushing us.
Real. Oh, I like that, Julie. That Mamba mentality.
Never satisfied.
I fuck with that.
Never satisfied. You can't reach perfection, but that doesn't mean you can't chase it. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're spitting bars today. All right. Julie, go ahead. Give me a proverb. Give me a good bar.
A proverb?
Oh, what?
Give me a life lesson right now.
Every person that you meet
Has feelings.
is always an experience.
Okay, I like it.
That's true.
I fuck with it. That is true, Julie. That is true. Every
Yeah.
person we do meet. So what's up, you guys? How you guys doing? This is like one of the rare episodes where I'm not sick.
Yeah.
So
this
this year
point.
I've been sick so much,
Yeah.
but I feel good today.
You know what it could have been? Because I feel like I've been sniffly. I think it's the pollen from spring.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of pollen in the air.
Yeah.
Man, good Lord.
Yeah, my mom was saying that since the weather has been like obviously like wishy-washy,
Yeah.
like maybe I've just been getting sick from it, or I don't know what.
The devil rode hard when he created pollen, bro.
That or it's them damn dab pens, them damn weed pens, that Muha specifically. Yeah, because
They'll never sponsor us now.
I don't give a fuck. You guys poisoned me. There's like fucking like pesticides in there.
Really?
I don't fucking know. I genuinely, I'll just say this: at least two of the times that I got sick this year, coincidentally, the night before I had hit the Muha, and I like just felt that shit like spiky in my throat, and then I woke up and I felt like shit, and then in recent memory, I switched to Raw Garden, the most purified, most natural, non-pesticide, non-DNA, non-GMO weed that's out there. And it felt pretty good. And I getting sick.
I think, once you get like your own pad, I think the way to go, like ethical
Smokes.
ethical smokes, is to grow your own stuff and then use a vaporizer.
Yeah.
Because I think at this point, like, I understand like people are like, oh, I like the pesticides, but I think it's also like something to consider that like it's probably not good to be burning plastic and.
No, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. But I was thinking that's the shit that got me sick, or either because there's pesticides in there, or I'm just allergic.
Did you guys know? I think you sent it. Somebody sent it in our group chat where the scientists found that in the human brain there's a tablespoon of
I sent it.
of
Yeah.
microplastics, and the reason. And I saw like a follow up like study, or like a follow up like video talking about like that scientists are having a hard time like discerning. Like obviously it's not good for you, but
Yeah.
discerning the effects because they can't measure it against a control, which means like something.
Oh, someone who doesn't have plastic. in
Yeah,
their brain.
but that means they that also extends to the animal kingdom. So they haven't been able to find animals that don't have it either, except for one, which is the tardigrade, the water bears. You heard of those, right?
Yeah. The really
You know
small
what
ones,
those are?
right? They can
they're-
survive in space.
They're microscopic, like little things. Only things they found that don't have microplastics. And that's
Probably
our
just
one
because they
contr-
can't physically get it in there.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah, that the way that they feed it, they just can't consume microplastics.
What
like
can I
that.
say? What can I say?
Yeah,
I am a
scientists,
man of
right?
science.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, interesting. What's our first topic for today, guys?
So you weren't going to talk about the Patreon?
Oh no, I mean
We're
support
gonna
our
edit-
Patreon, but
we
I was
could
gonna edit it in
in,
the first beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just,
But I mean at this point now, like if you're listening, please support our Patreon.
Hey guys, the Patreon's down below in the links. I know we haven't been up to date recently, but we do have a lot of content on there that's already restored, and we will be uploading more hopefully today, and if we can today, soon. So don't even worry
and
about
let
it.
us know what you guys want to see, like in terms of Patreon content. Please support us.
Vlogs, movie reviews.
It genuinely does. If you like our videos and like what we do, it really does help us. You know, we use it a lot for a lot of the like, what would you call it? Like logistical things.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to our mics or
Yeah,
some upcoming
decoration.
surprises that you guys are gonna enjoy. It really does help us. So if you guys are able to, and you guys are like, how do I help support TODO CHIDO? That's the way to do it. But back to the show. Ad done.
Or Julie, we're add one last. Add one
No,
last.
I was gonna be like, maybe you guys will find my skydiving video in there.
Yeah, skydiving video.
Oh yeah, Julie went skydiving.
Oh, how was that?
It was cool.
Did you like?
It was chill.
It was chill.
It was
Wasn't it?
chill. I
you
liked
scared?
it. I want to do it again.
Oh,
My boyfriend almost died, but
I almost lost my man, but
When'd you go?
on Monday.
Oh,
So
that's
today's
cool.
Thursday,
That's cool.
in case you guys are asking. I went on the 24th. We were celebrating
Mm-hmm.
our anniversary.
Yeah.
But they weren't open on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, so we went on Monday. Yeah, and we also went axe throwing. So
That's
we
cool.
did that for our anniversary. We did dangerous activities.
You're cool
basically.
for doing skydiving. I couldn't do that shit.
no,
I'd pass out.
It was cool. I genuinely was like, so my boyfriend was really, really nervous the whole
Yeah.
entire time.
and he had a reason.
And
to
when
be.
like when we booked it, like when we booked when to go, it was
Yeah.
fine. Up until when we did the waiver, which I think we did the waiver maybe like a day or two before. And that's when like my boyfriend got more nervous.
Yeah, I mean.
And then I was like, I mean, I understand why we have to sign a waiver. Like, it's just liability.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, yeah, but it's just like so dangerous. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
And then and the whole drive there, like he was like nervous, and I was chill the whole entire time. Like I was chill. And then when we got there, we checked in, all that stuff, and then they still made us wait an hour because they were like, I guess, behind on like their appointments. And so we still waited there for an hour, and he was like nervous the whole entire hour. And me, like, I feel like he probably felt like that hour was the longest hour.
Yeah.
And for me, it just went by.
Yeah.
And then they like harnessed us. We went on the little plane, and then I wasn't nervous at all. Like
Yeah.
I still felt fine the whole entire time. It didn't hit me what we were doing until I was falling in the sky.
You're like, oh shit.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
we did this.
Yeah. Did you tell your parents or not?
No, I haven't told them yet.
Oh, well, they probably get mad, huh?
But
like
maybe, but I'm like,
it.
it already happened.
Yeah, I
So
get
like,
you. Yeah.
it's like, but I haven't really told them because I haven't had time to just like
Yeah.
sit down and like talk to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then my boyfriend, I say he almost died because his parachute didn't open.
Oh shit.
And so like they had to use they call it the reserve, so they had to use the backup parachute, because the other one. So it was that it came out of like the bag, but it was tangled up.
So they get to cut it.
So then and the guy who was with them, like we're attached to somebody,
Yeah.
like since it's our first time, and so the guy saw it, and as soon as he saw it, he's like, well, I'm gonna have to release it, and I'm gonna have to use the reserve.
Yeah.
And so he like pulled it and released it, and then the other one comes out. And so then they were like fine. So they're fine, like nothing actually like happened, but he's fine. But he was like, see, I had a whole reason to like be nervous about it. And I was like, yeah. I felt bad because I was like, I wanted him to have the good experience that I had, but he didn't.
Aww.
And like, but he still liked it.
Yeah,
He said
cool.
it was still like a cool experience, and like he can say that he did it.
Yeah.
He just won't do it again.
Valid.
Yeah.
I just think that's insane that the one who was the most nervous was the one who had trouble.
Yeah.
It's as if, you see, it smelled his fear.
There was a reason for him to be.
It smelled his fear.
Nah, yeah. No, that's cool though. I can't go skydiving. I'm not good with heights. I do a lot of things, but skydiving's not one of them.
Your man's almost met the Lord. The Lord almost took him.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy because I think because I'm not the one who like, I guess, jumps.
Yeah.
It's the
the
instructor does it. And so for me, it's just like I have to adjust myself and like get ready for it.
Yeah.
And then and so I think just that initial thing, like I think that's cool that they kind of do it for you, because for sure it'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I think from that like just initial feeling, because I really like roller coasters.
Yeah.
But in a way, it didn't feel like how when you feel when you're on a roller coaster. It felt like completely different than that. But I liked it. Like I thought it was still cool from just that initial like jump. And then you're free falling for like 30 seconds. and then you're like flying or like you're gliding around for like 4 minutes probably.
That's cool.
Did you have, so every time, I don't know if you've seen this, but every time people like skydive, or at least I've seen, like, do you remember Will Smith skydive?
Yeah.
Like they say that they have like this like epiphany or this feeling, like this like what's the word to kind of describe it, like this internalized like experience, you know, like the like philosophical experience. Did you feel anything like that?
I feel like no, mostly just because I think I was so chill about it that I feel like it wasn't anything very life changing to me. But I don't know if that's because I just like completely was just like chill about it. Like I wasn't scared about it, like nothing. Which like sort of makes me a little sad that I didn't have some like life changing thing, because I'm like I kind of wanted to, but at the same time I'm kind of like, because I don't know, I feel like it still hasn't hit me that I did it. Like it just felt like another activity to me. Because
I was gonna say, I don't think you need to be scared in order to feel the epiphany. I feel like maybe it's a little more subtle for you. Like maybe it's just like you said, it hasn't hit you, but when it does, you'll be like, oh wow, like there was before and there was an after.
I guess the way I see it is like I always thought that the people who get epiphanies are the people who like, because you know how like sometimes people go skydiving and like conquer something, or like it's like a, like, you know, like climbing Mount Everest, like it's more than just the activity. It means a little more. It's like I guess I've always seen it as like people who kind of have epiphanies, like it's because that's the most extreme thing they've ever done. But I feel like you've done probably more extreme things that
or had some
in terms of
experience.
Mentally. I think that don't that make it like, well, I mean, this is kind of regular. Like, you know, I've had my moments already where I'm like, you know what I mean? That's what
we've had intense shroom experiences.
Because I think like, for me, I was explaining to like my boyfriend's parents. I was like, I feel like to me, I just kept thinking everything very like, I don't know if the word is logical, but the way that everything looked, right? Like when you guys have seen how it looks like when it's like at the top, right? I feel like I've seen like that type of perspective before of the land and how it looks like, because like in Mexico, when we used to hike up in the mountains, I would see the fields like that. Or when you're on a plane, right? You see like everything kind of just looks small, right? So to me, everything just looked regular. Like there was nothing that looked out of the ordinary kind of thing. And then I think also it was just like, I think just all those things to me, it just looked normal. So nothing looked like crazy. Of course it was beautiful, like being up there. But nothing looked like to the extreme. And I think that probably does go into like, because we did shrooms and I've seen other extremes.
We've had some intense experiences.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I feel like if like it had been switched, like that was your first thing, and then afterwards, you probably would have had an epiphany. But I think it's like, it's regular.
I think I got one I think I did get one more when I was on shrooms.
For sure.
Than like the skydiving.
Yeah.
And I think because like how I said, the first time that we did it, I felt like I had this like weight lift off of my shoulder and I felt light, and it felt like a restart to my life. And so for this, it didn't feel that way. It just felt like a fun activity.
But that's what you wish it had been, huh? I get you. Yeah, not real. No, go ahead.
No, yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, I understand that it's like something dangerous, and like I could have lost my boyfriend, and like
you're like, it's whatever.
Doesn't that happen in Fresh Prince, where Hillary's boyfriend does that, and he's like,
he bungee jumps.
I think he bungee jumps.
I love you, Hillary.
Yeah,
bungee jumps doesn't seem as appealing to me.
I just heard that. Well, it did hurt, like skydiving.
Oh, really?
Like hurt mostly when like when the parachute comes out.
Yeah,
because you're like harnessed through like your legs and like all this area. When the parachute kind of like flies up, you kind of also fly up with it. So then right here, it just pulls up. So
shit!
It's just like it hurt. It was burning like really bad. It was really painful, honestly.
So shit.
That was the only thing that I didn't expect it to be that painful, but it was.
If anything, that's what scares me the most now when I think about it.
And then for bungee jumping, I've heard that it does hurt your body because like since you're throwing yourself, it kind of is like.
I'm surprised your spine doesn't snap. But that is funny because I remember when we first took it. I'm sure somebody can find like the the radio show episode when we're like, bro, I'm like not afraid to die anymore. Like that shit was so intense. I
think it's like
I've seen some scary shit.
Well, the way I see it as like coming from it as like a scientific standpoint. I think like psychedelics or mushrooms probably activate something in your brain.
Yeah.
That like when people have epiphanies or like when people say they go into space or they jump off of like they go skydiving. I think something in your brain, like a chemical, gets released that helps you have that, like, I don't know. You know, like the adrenaline rush is so crazy that it's almost like you took a drug. And I feel like mushrooms or like some sort of psychedelics do the same effect.
Yeah.
Where I feel like when you did it, you're like, this is regular. Like, you know, it's kind of like, what? I've done this before.
It's like, I've had worse. I've seen worse shit.
Yeah, you know, so I think like that's probably why you didn't have I'm sure you probably did have an epiphany. Yeah. Like, I think you being calm about it or, like, you know, realizing, like, oh, this is a fun activity for me. Mm-hmm. I think that could be an epiphany in and of its own. But I think the one that people are describing of, like, oh, my God. Yeah. I think that one maybe just because you've already had that. Yeah. So
because I was reading into it. Like, because I generally, I think I was more nervous about what I would, like, feel after. I think that was the only thing that I was like nervous about. I was like, damn, like, when am I gonna be like, am I just gonna be like, fuck people?
I was gonna say, you're gonna be like, you're gonna look at your man and be like, we're done.
Yeah. I kept being like, is something gonna happen where I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just be by myself.
That's literally how shrooms are.
The way he falls, it gave you the ick. What if it gives me the ick? You're like,
The way he was feared for his life because he thought he was gonna die.
Bro, we have video of both me and him, and we are completely having different experiences.
Yeah, he looks pretty shook.
He looks really scared, and he's like screaming. Okay, so the other,
You're like
the other part. Okay, the other part is, and I think this is due just to the fact that because like I'm used to cameras, so they started recording us like we're doing, like we're creating a vlog, right? Yeah. And I didn't expect that. I generally, when I signed up for them to do a video for us, I just thought it was just going to be them recording us falling. Yeah. Not doing like this whole entire video. Yeah. Because like as soon as he starts it, I guess I won't get too much into it since it'll be on Patreon. Yeah. But like when they started it, it basically started in a vlog style. Oh, they're like, and I was just like ready for it. And then I'm like, I know this fool's gonna record me while I'm falling. Yeah. So I can't look bad either. So you're so I kept trying to smile the whole entire time. Cause I remember I remember I wanted to scream. I wanted to scream. But I was like, I can't scream. Well, first off, there's a lot of air just coming in. Yeah. So I'm just like, I can't do that. And I think one of my fears, I don't know if you guys have ever watched skydiving videos, but you can see when people's like faces are moving. Oh, yeah. I didn't want that to happen to me. And I'm like, fuck, that's gonna. So you were like. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. It didn't happen though. Yeah. I know. Like, it like really didn't happen. Like I guess some people didn't even do anything.
Have big cheeks or something. Because I don't know when I saw your video, I saw that too. Have you ever seen people like? Yeah, maybe it's like for her and her man, like maybe it was not like that, and they had their mouths open.
Maybe some people the way they're falling, the angle.
I think I was also assuming that it probably just had to do with the way you position like your head or something. So I think that's just an assumption. Yeah. Because sometimes people lean forward when you're supposed to like lean back, kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't know if that's what does that, but yeah. I mostly just felt bad for the most part. I was like, oh. And it was cool. No, I think it was a cool experience because I feel like again we did this for our anniversary, right? Yeah. And I think one of my most memorable parts was before we were getting ready to like jump. And then I looked at my boyfriend, and he looked at me, and he's like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And then that's when we jumped, like, right after. We even tried doing a heart, but we were too far from each other.
The camera shot must have been crazy.
But I think that's, like, the most memorable part for me is that before we jumped, he, like, said that to me. And I think for me, especially, like, it was for our anniversary. So I was like, oh. And then after when we landed, he like hugged me, and I was like, because I didn't know what happened. I mean, I sort of did.
He was about to break down.
I sort of did know like what happened because as we were gliding, that's when like my instructor told me that their parachute didn't work. Yeah. And so in my head, because I couldn't see them, so in my head I was like, oh, then they didn't jump, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm trying to look for them. Do you see them? And I was like, no, I don't see them at all. And then eventually I saw like them, and they were lower than us. And so then I was just like, and then after that they explained to me more what happened, and then I was like, damn. I was like, fuck.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
That's cool. That's a cool anniversary.
I think that is. Yeah,
that's. And then we went axe throwing.
Happy anniversary! Yeah. It's today. Am I right?
It was yesterday.
Oh. I keep getting confused. Do you remember I thought Monday was it, and then I thought Tuesday was it? So I missed it.
We basically been celebrating like this whole
week. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
cool. You can't be mad at me.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my experience.
But
that's cool. If you guys want to see the video of me jumping,
please.
But Brandon, what do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about how it's time for people to stop thinking blue and start thinking brown. Yeah, bro, you ruined the real moment.
Sorry. Say again.
Hold on. I want to talk. I can't do it anymore.
Stop thinking blue. Start thinking brown, guys.
There you go. Yeah,
that's it. You just gotta. No, go ahead.
Go do it.
I can't do it now. You jinxed me.
Julie, you go ahead and say it.
What's the saying?
Stop thinking blue. Start thinking brown.
Stop thinking blue and start thinking brown.
You got to put more emphasis on brown, Julie.
Okay. Brown.
Whoa.
Edit that in.
Stop thinking blue and start thinking brown.
Yeah, that's fun.
Go ahead, Brandon. Give me one more.
No, start it with Brandon's and then edit me at the brown.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, let me set you up for it. I don't know, bro. It's just like Dodgers this season. I wonder if they'll win it all.
Come on now.
And then be like, bro,
you gotta stop thinking blue and start thinking brown.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, but in all seriousness, why do you say that?
Happened?
Yeah, why do you say that?
Okay, so I'm not much of a baseball guy, more basketball. But I saw recently that the Dodgers, since they won the World Series last season, they accepted the invite to the White House. And a lot of people, justifiably so, are very disappointed in the Dodgers. For the Dodgers,
I would say a majority of the city.
A majority of the city, at least, and a majority of just Dodgers fans in general are very disappointed in the decision for them to do that.
Yeah.
And more because it's like, well, for one, the person in office, right? And for two, because the fan base of the Dodgers is primarily Latinos, right?
Yeah.
And even if you don't like agree that it is, the Dodgers agree that it is. You know, they have Los Doyers merch. They have Mexican Dodgers, like what did you call it? Like edition, like jerseys and stuff, and memorabilia. So it's not unreasonable to say that a large majority of their fan base is Latino people.
Yeah, and it's part of their history.
Yeah, it's a huge part of their history. So for them to then accept the invite for, from
an
Donald
administration,
Trump,
right?
the administration that is so anti-Latino, is very like disappointing and backstabbing. Which, you know, like I know like people might be like, oh, well, it's not surprising because the Dodgers have a very controversial history to begin with, and we'll get into that. But I think for me, it's more like, I guess to me, I was already kind of disappointed and on the fence about the Dodgers as an organization because of their history with displacing the communities when they built the stadium. But I guess I saw that as like their moment to begin the conversation of them kind of trying to make amends in some sort of ways. Because I think they have a long way to go. I think the city and the team owes the families that they displaced, their reparations, or at least an acknowledgement. Because I don't think the Dodgers have ever acknowledged it, right?
Should I fact check?
I think the city. I know. I think the city has, but I don't think the team itself or the organization has ever acknowledged that they displaced like communities. Right?
Yeah, I wanna say no, but it's weird because sometimes during the games they call Dodger Stadium Chavez Ravine.
Yeah,
which is what originally.
So to me, I'm like, I guess I saw it as their moment to like again begin the conversation or like head in that direction of, all right, well, it's time. It's way past time already, but to say, all right, well, we stand with the Latinos who support us. But for them to kind of be like, nah, yeah, well, it's a great it's a great honor to be invited by President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
In general, I think most administrations, like even the Biden administration, for the fact that they funded a genocide, I think going to the White House, to me at least, isn't the honor that it's presented to be. I feel like it's lame in general, but I think especially lame considering that the administration is so vocally against the Latinos.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah. I agree. Because also, even if you went beyond Latinos, Dodgers are the team for the Los Angeles City, and Los Angeles City overwhelmingly voted against Trump.
Yeah, and I also think I wanted to bring up is that was it like a week ago? A week ago or two at the time of this being recorded, where the administration who is trying to roll back DEI accidentally removed Jackie Robinson's page on I think it's the Defense. He had an article because he was in the military. Yeah. And they talk about Jackie Robinson briefly, and his time in the military. And they removed it as part of their DEI rollbacks. Yeah. And they added it back because of the backlash, right? And they're like, oh, it was an accident. Like, we didn't mean to do that. Yeah. But of course they did that on purpose, right? And so that's another additional, the Dodgers, as an organization, Jackie Robinson is arguably, if not even arguably, I think he is the most influential or famous Dodger of all time because he broke the color barrier, right? He, it was one of the biggest moments in baseball history, for Jackie Robinson to be on the Dodgers and to have this administration disrespect him and his legacy is, to me, he's straight up disrespecting the Dodgers as a franchise, no?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Dodgers franchise, a lot of the good that it has, I think, is built on the fact that Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Yeah. There's the movie 42, right? And I think they use that to their benefit, right? Where they're like, we broke the color barrier, the Dodgers have history of integration and this and that. And I'm like, but the administration directly insulted him and by removing him, and they're trying to paint it as Jackie Robinson wasn't all that good, because I've seen a lot of discourse about it, specifically in the sports stratosphere, where people are being like, oh, well, it's time to talk about that Jackie Robinson really was just a DEI hire. First of all, what a disrespectful and horrific thing to say about somebody who broke the color barrier. Yeah. But I think to me, like I said, I feel like if you're genuinely a Dodgers fan, right, that to me seems totally disrespectful to the team, right? Yeah. And so for me, I'm like, it's giving, I think we talked about it off air, it's kind of giving where when Travis Kelce was like, I love Trump, despite the fact that he's so vocally hates his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. I'm like, even if you guys think it's a great honor and you guys are don't care about the politics, so to speak, he's vocally disrespected you guys by being like, I don't really care about Jackie Robinson. Yeah. And the fact that he hasn't come out, or his administration doesn't come out and be like, you know what I mean? I think he seems to stand against everything that is what's supposed to be the Dodgers is about. So to hear that the manager, Dave Roberts, was like, it's a great honor to go, or all the people who are in management of the team to be like, oh, it's amazing that we're going to go. Or even, I don't know which players are going to decide to go. Yeah. But all the players who do go, I think it's very disappointing. Yeah. Because it's
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just going to say that I think it's insane because the administration has disrespected the city, has disrespected the fan base, and has disrespected the franchise altogether, and still they accepted the invite to go. I think that's borderline not only disappointing but insulting. And no, it's not just borderline disappointing, it's borderline cowardly. Yeah. Because I feel like everything you're saying is so true. They disrespected the city because overwhelming amount of the city didn't vote for Trump. They disrespected a majority of the fan base because the majority of the fan base is Latino, which the administration does not like. And then they disrespected the franchise by taking off Jackie Robinson and building this narrative of he's just a DEI hire. And also, just a little sidetrack to that, I saw this beautiful discourse talking about Jackie Robinson, how people are like DEI and all that stuff. It goes to show you that DEI is not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Jackie Robinson, you could argue he was DEI hired, but arguably the most important DEI ever. He broke the color barrier.
Yeah, no, for sure. I 100%, because I was going to get to that too, is I know that the administration and a lot of the people who are against DEI have hijacked the meaning of what it is.
Yeah.
Where if you're part of that process, it means you're somehow unqualified or you got the job like as a pity job.
Yeah.
But DEI in principle is supposed to be about casting a broader net, like so that people who are talented, who are deserving of the position, have the opportunity to show that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sure, you can argue that that Jackie Robinson was a DEI hire, but I hate the association that it's been given now, that it's like, oh, he didn't earn his spot there.
Yeah, exactly.
He was there, I think, more deservingly so than a lot of the white players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to me, like you said, I think it's so disrespectful that the administration is so vocally against that. And they were like, oh, yes, what a great honor, you know? Like you said, I think that's so cowardly.
Yeah, because in all three like facets, they insulted the Dodgers, like fan base, city, and players.
Yeah, you know, so that's why I find it very, like I said, I've never been a baseball guy in the sense that I've never followed baseball.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like the Dodgers aren't an integral part of the LA culture. They are. Like, there's look around. Like, they have it right here. To be in LA is to see the Dodgers. Like the LA hat is a Dodgers logo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's just more like, I really thought, I'm not against, like, I don't have any beef with the fan base. Like, if you like the Dodgers, you like the Dodgers, whatever. But to me, I more have like an issue with the team itself, like the organization. I think the organization is really lame for that.
Yeah.
Like, I think the organization is lame for consistently profiting off of Latinos and like Latino culture, but consistently refusing to acknowledge the atrocity that they were part of.
Yeah.
With Chavez Ravine, you know? And I feel like the same thing with the city. The city approved that, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I also...
It was all the city.
It was all the city. Like, the city was like, hell yeah, just get them out of here.
The one who made
like, there's horrific pictures of people being dragged out of their homes, you know, to build the Dodger Stadium, you know? So, like I said, I think the people affected by Chavez Ravine deserve the reparations, and at the very least, first of all, their acknowledgement, right? But like I said, it was so cowardly and disappointing because I thought maybe finally they would kind of go in the direction of like, you know, all the stuff that we've done, like at the very least we can do is say no to the presidency. You know what I mean? Like going there, or like going and supporting the violently anti-Latino president. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, it's frustrating because I think a lot of people still don't want to acknowledge that he's anti-Latino. Like they put people in camps in Guantanamo Bay. Like, Guantanamo Bay is supposed to be, like, I already think Guantanamo Bay is unethical and shouldn't exist, right? But they marketed it as, like, that's where we put the worst of the worst. That's where we put terrorists to torture them. And they want to put Latinos. Yeah. People, they do put them there, right? They
just ordinary immigrants, you know?
Ordinary families, parents, you know, hardworking people who contribute to society in ways that you could never imagine or, you know, meaningfully measure. Yeah. You know, and... That to me was very disappointing of the organization. I hope that the players at the very least show their solidarity.
For sure, some of them Trump supporters on that team.
Yeah, you know, like I think baseball in general is a very like Southern white, like that's where it comes from, right? Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna be surprised that some of them are gonna go. Yeah. But I really hope Shohei doesn't go. I
really hope Shohei doesn't go. I hope Mookie doesn't go.
And I hope Freddie Freeman doesn't go.
I hope Freddie Freeman doesn't go, but excuse my ignorance in case because I don't know him that well. He just seems like the type of guy who would go. I don't know why. Yeah. Maybe just because he fits the bill. He's like a white baseball player.
Yeah. But I really hope that the stars, I think this is their opportunity to say, like, specifically Shohei, because he's the biggest player on the planet.
He is an immigrant himself.
Yeah, he's an immigrant himself. He's the LeBron of the sport, the Michael Jordan of the sport, the face of the sport. People say is the greatest player to ever play. I really hope Asian man to Asian man that you don't go to the
I think it will be disappointing if he goes.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm more also interested in what Latino players are gonna go. Yeah, because I'm just like specifically like Banda like Banda, like Kike, like I think Gradwell. I don't think say his name.
I don't think Anthony Banda's Latino.
Oh, he's not?
He's a white dude.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's not Latino or anything at all. People
Really?
think he is.
He's from Texas.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me fact check
I
that.
don't know.
Well, either way, I hope
His
he
name-
doesn't go.
His name. I know, bro. Everybody thinks he is.
The other part that I think is very disappointing, especially, is what Dave Roberts said.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're black and Asian,
Yeah.
and like Trump has attacked a lot of different communities, and I think it's the fact that you said that like it's an honor about it.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like they're like, especially what they said is that they so according to this thing, it says, according to the New York Times, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said the team did not discuss whether to accept the president's invitation with Trump now being in office, but he did mention how common it was. It's certainly a huge honor to get the invitation to the White House. Allows us to celebrate our 2024 championship. To my understanding, every World Series champion gets that honor. So it's a great honor of all of us. Yeah. But I just think like in just the current times and who is at the White House, I think it's just very wrong to say that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would say like, then what do you want him to say, right?
Yeah.
And to me, I'm just like, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like just don't like accept it. Like don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure. Keep it within yourselves. Like if you guys are very honored by it, but in the current climate that everything is, I think that's just very disrespectful to like the fan base specifically. 'Cause a lot of it is predominantly like Latino. Yeah. In that stadium, it's always predominantly Latino. Yeah. And you can see that by how you said like the way everything's promoted. And like to me it's just like very disappointing cuz like I mean, I'm sure everybody has picked up on that fact that I work there, right? And I think to me it's always been that conflict cuz I mean, this isn't the first thing that like they've done that's very disappointing. I've talked to you guys about other stuff that the organization has done to specific communities, and not only like, you know, the displacements of, you know, families, but other stuff that has happened while I've been there. And I've always had like this sort of conflict with it because I'm like, I get that it's the organization, right, that's like causing all these things, and like of course the city itself, because the city is the one who signed over to, you know, have Dodger Stadium there. But I think as an organization, a lot of the things that they've done has been very, very disappointing. And the fact that there are Trump supporters within that team, probably wouldn't be surprised if there's people in the offices who are also Trump supporters.
100%.
So I think that's why a lot of it is just like always very conflicting, because it's in this, for me, it's just more of like, I want to be in this space, right, where it's predominantly, you know, men and like all these things, right? And like I want to have that representation for more like Latinos and women. But I think it's also very hard when it's like an organization that's very against all those things. Yeah. And I think especially like being Latina, right? And like them accepting this, like it's, to me personally, being part of the organization, it just feels like they generally don't care about us.
Oh, for sure. Because I think another thing that bothers me is like, I see all the time how much people love the Dodgers. And again, I'm not really focusing my attention on the fans. Like I said, like the Dodgers, like organization, the baseball culture, is a part of LA culture. Like it just is. Like Kendrick's new album, Dodger Blue. Like it's like it's just part of it. Real. But I think to me that like, they're always championing diversity, right? Yeah. Like they have their diversity nights where they had a Filipino night, they had a Guatemalan Japanese, Guatemalan night. They're always championing diversity, right? Yeah. But then they accept the invite from the president who is demonizing diversity and making it seem like it's this horrible, disgusting thing, attack on whiteness or whatever. Yeah. How can you, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Or like how the fact that they had Ice Cube perform. Ice Cube wrote "fuck the police," and then you accept the honor to go to the president who wants to pardon police for killing innocent minorities in the street. Like, I don't know, and that's what bothers me about like the demonization of DEI hires, because I think it's such a like, it's so nuanced, and I think it's moments like this that frustrate me, because I'm like, if you guys listen to Latinos or had more Latinos in the room, which what DEI is trying to help you with, you would very quickly see why this is a stupid move to do.
Yeah.
Like when they put the tetas thing on the Texas thing, unrelated. But that goes to show you there probably wasn't any fucking Latinos in the room, because they would have been like, bro, you know that says fucking titties, right?
Yeah.
Like why would you make that? You know? So I think that's what's important. And like, I don't know. That's why it bothers me, because I'm like, bro, like it seems so simple. Like it doesn't even seem that hard to understand why this is, I don't know, wrong, cowardly, controversial, and a stupid move for you guys to do. Like I understand you guys want to celebrate the like
win,
the
world championship,
the world championship. You know, like I understand that they're like, because I know that again, it's so frustrating, because it's like I'm not trying to like remove them from the culture. Yeah. But I feel like it makes me upset that they embrace that, but then they backstab it. Yeah. Like, you know, like when they do the 2024, when they talk about the win, right? They're like, oh, LA needed this. Yeah. Or LA needed, or like in 2020 when they won during the pandemic, and they're like, LA needed this. Because I'm sure they're going to be like, well, LA needs it because of the fires. You know what I mean? Like don't do that. Don't like say it's because the culture needs it, but you're making the move that disrespects the culture. Yeah. Like stop like it's just annoying that they so boldly want to profit off of the culture and say they're all about the culture, but all they fucking do is disrespect the culture. Yeah. Like I think it's just annoying, because it's like, bro, the culture loves you guys. The culture is with you guys, and all you guys do every fucking moment you get, I don't know why, you disrespect it over and over and over and over again. Like you haven't, like you just said, you have an international star, an immigrant, you know, a non-white player is the face of the fucking league. And you think it's smart, or you think it's an honor to then be like, no, let's go for the guy who hates that. Let's let's go. Because like you said, Dave Roberts is also Asian. Your star player is an Asian man.
They're both Japanese.
They're both fucking Japanese. And he's like, nah, like, it's a fucking honor. This and that.
You know what's crazy is that, like, what you read right now about how it wasn't discussed with the players. I wonder how it would have went if it was discussed with the players. But even beyond that, I think Dave Roberts to then say, like, oh, we didn't discuss it, but you know what? It's an honor. I feel like what a disappointing thing to say. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things, you know how we talk about, like people who are assholes and have problematic ideas and takes, like they can also just fake it if they want to. Dave Roberts could have been like, you know, something in baseball, you got to do what you got to do. But now he was just like, wow.
Yeah. I also think the whole, like, it's an honor to go to the White House has to fucking stop. I don't think it probably hasn't been I don't think it's ever been a fucking honor to go. I don't understand why people are so honored to go. He's not a king. He's just supposed to represent us, and they never fucking do. All they do is shit on our people.
All they do is kill, start wars,
commit war crimes.
I don't think there's ever been an honor to ever go to the White House.
Yeah, and then people are, oh, you fucking, I don't know. I don't understand why that's controversial. I really don't at all. I think you're a dumbass if you think that's controversial.
Do you think that's controversial? Do people think that's controversial?
I think there are people who think it's controversial for
saying
sure.
that it's not an honor to go to the White House.
I think the fact that that guy is in the White House is proof people do think it's controversial.
I guess it's like it's one of those things where since the three of us grew up around people who like share our sentiments. To me, I'm like, I feel like I would say that and everybody would be like, yeah, I know, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like everybody would just agree with me. Yeah. So I guess that's why I'm like, is it controversial?
But remember, it's like remember, Trump won the popular vote, so a lot of people really do fuck with him and think like that is controversial. Yeah. And I feel like the fact that people with these giant ass platforms, like Dave Roberts, he's the manager of the Dodgers. He represents them, right? Mm-hmm. The fact that he's like, nah, you guys are tripping. It's a great honor. I think that platform and then telling people like. Because that's another thing that bothers me is like these people with platforms. Because there's probably young kids who love baseball, who are huge baseball fanatics. Like I remember being a kid and loving basketball. I've said it on here before, but I was a huge LeBron fan. Everything that guy said, I was like, oh really? Like, you know, I didn't know that, or anything the Lakers.
Greatest investment you ever made, bro.
Yeah. Or the Lakers, like day one, whenever Kobe or something like. Or whenever something was happening in basketball and they said something as a young kid, I would be like, oh, shit, I guess so. Yeah. Because I don't understand how you're going to sit here and act like that isn't the truth. They're always on, like, Cartoon Network. They're always like Nickelodeon fucking narrated the Super Bowl. They had SpongeBob and Patrick narrate the Super Bowl.
So kids watch sports.
So don't tell me it's not some fucking like it's some wild.
All the players are like, I remember being a little kid coming to the
stadium. My dad took me to my first ball game. Like I loved it. Yeah. So I guarantee you, there's kids being like, oh really, like Dave Roberts said, it's a great honor to be in the White House for sure. I guess
that Trump guy must be a great honorable man.
I guess people are tripping because there's even a scene in 42 that acknowledges that. Have you seen it? Where the whole crowd is calling Jackie Robinson the N-word, and they show like it cut to a little kid and he's watching everybody else call him that, and he starts saying that. So I think it's a powerful scene because it acknowledges the impressionability that kids have in these sports stratospheres. So I think that's what also bothers me is like, man, like stop, like you're representing the culture, and then there's kids that look up to you as like, for some people this is how they connect to the culture, you know, and you're representing it as like, nah, like give Trump a pass, like it's a great honor. Like I know he puts like your families in cages and he wants to send you guys back, and he describes you guys as animals, and you know,
and says you eat animals.
Yeah, and he doesn't want you guys to have equal rights. And, you know, but come on, like it's a fucking great honor to go.
He's the president.
Like
he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's what he does, bro. Come on, like I know he wants to pardon police, and we had the guy who wrote "fuck the police," you know, but.
You know what I always think is annoying is when we bring this up and people are like, "Oh, but I bet if it was Obama, y'all wouldn't keep that same energy." But that's not even true. I don't know where that comes from.
I always that's another thing that bothers me. Thank you for bringing it up. Is when I spit my liberal propaganda. Apparently, people always assume I'm a Democrat. I am not. I fuck the Democrats. I will say over and over again, fuck Joe Biden. He funded the genocide, killed hundreds of thousands of innocent Palestinians. He can go suck a dick.
And they also do nothing.
They didn't codify abortion rights, which they had every fucking opportunity to do for the last 30 years, and they didn't do. They sat on their asses being like, oh, we should be in the center. So they can fucking kill themselves. I don't care about that. So stop saying that we're fucking Democrats or that we wouldn't criticize them. I would criticize them every fucking day. But he's in office right now, and he fucking directly disrespects our people, puts us in cages, separates people from their family. Like, did you see this recently went on the news where ICE agents basically kidnapped a woman?
Yeah,
and the lawyer says right now they still don't know where she's at. They just say she's in ICE custody.
Yeah.
Well, it's kidnapping.
I think it's just funny because I think people think, like, for us, we say basically fuck politicians and fuck, at least right now, the politicians that are out and don't represent a majority of America. Like, a majority of America that voted against Trump, I don't feel like are properly represented by the Democrats in office right now. Is that a hot take, or you guys agree?
No, I don't think it's hot take.
And so I think it's easy to... people would be like, oh my God, you guys are criticizing Republicans. Like, no, they're both bad. It just happens to be that the Republican politicians are just that much worse. It's like that chart. Have you ever seen it? Where it's like one funded a genocide, and then one wants to fund a genocide, and then a plethora of bad things. Yeah. Like, obviously, and then people are like, these two are basically the same thing.
Yeah, they're literally the same. like, come on, bro. Like,
and I mean, we just said, like, going to the White House and whoever is in office is not a fucking honor. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be happy about going. I'd be fucking scared to go there. I'd be like, bro, this is a trap. They're trying to kill us. Like,
the reptiles are about to come out.
Because I just feel like, going to the White House is just a very American thing. Yeah. Like, America has been built on a lot of war, a lot of blood, a lot of people being innocently killed. Yeah. And it's just like, how is it that it can be an honor to go to this place that represents all those things? Yeah. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be honored to ever go there. And that's why I think it's so crazy that people say, and like, that it's an honor to go there. Yeah. When I'm just like, because I keep thinking, you know, like when like Travis Kelce said it, and now that Dave Roberts said it, I'm just like, how can you guys say that? Yeah. Like, how can you guys, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so, like, it is very disappointing. Yeah. But it's just so, like
mind-boggling.
Yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm just like, it's completely, like, you guys know that this current guy is being so heavily disrespectful to women. Like, you guys are saying that it's an honor. You have a wife, you have a daughter. Like, you're really saying that you're honored by this guy who says that he can touch and grope women and it doesn't fucking matter what they do to women?
He was found civilly liable for sexual assault. And I think nobody ever just, like, what's the word? Like, I know the people we talk to are always concerned with that. Mm-hmm. But, like, no, like you said, people have mothers, sisters, wives, daughters. And you're cool, like, just shaking that guy's hand?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, another time that I was talking about was about the sisters when they were bringing them for Pride. And there was, like, that whole, people were, like, protesting. Bro, it's the fact that there was a protest outside of Dodger Stadium. And they had cops protecting these protesters. Yeah. And it was just, like, the fact that was happening. Yeah. It's just, like, crazy that even then itself, like, you can see, I guess, where sort of the organization stands. And I just think it was crazy because I think since then on, and a little bit before that, but from that point, I felt like I was always being, like, continuously disappointed by the organization. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think I've always just had, like, I was telling Brian, like, I've always had, like, just that conflict of it.
I get you.
Because I feel like, I mean, of course, like, us maybe even releasing this, like, I feel like I'm going to get sort of that thing because I work there. Yeah. But it's just, like, and for me, again, like,
What do you mean by that thing?
By, like, the way that, the Dodgers and the organization, like, stands with me being, like...
She's saying, like when we release, people are going to be like, well, you fucking work there.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Like that. Like, I feel like... And, like, for me, I completely am disappointed on what they're doing. And, like, people would be like, leave, right? Yeah. But I'm like, financially...
I mean, real world shit obviously gets in the way.
But, like, I feel like I don't stand with what they're saying at all. Or anything that they do. Yeah. Well, and for me, it's just more of, like, because I've worked there. I work there, and I see the things that they continuously do. And it always does feel in that way, and how you say that they're just taking advantage of us. Like, and it always just feels that way. And I think for me, it's always hard to go every single day to feel that, like, I'm sort of betraying, like, my community. Because it's just, like, it sometimes does. I do sometimes get that feeling of, like, I feel like you guys are just using us for profit. Yeah. Like, you know your fan base clearly. So you try in your way to celebrate them. But then when it actually comes in that time to stand up for us, you guys don't do anything.
Yeah. I was going to say two things. One thing, I don't think that you're betraying the community every time you clock into work. I just don't see it that way. Second thing I was going to say is that I would think that the anger is misplaced if anybody takes aggression towards you, because it reminds me of that thing of, like, how people are boycotting Starbucks and Target and stuff. You're going to get mad at the fucking employee instead of these billion-dollar fucking, like, CEOs and people who run the company and actually have stake in the company. But instead, you're going to get mad at the average everyday minimum wage worker who's just trying to pay for rent and survive. It's like, it just, like, why give that energy to the common person and not the people who literally make millions of dollars off of this shit. I think it'd be misplaced if people are mad at you.
For sure. And I think that's cowardly. Like, I was telling Julie, like off screen, like, it reminds me of, like, the Chipotle workers. Yeah, where people are, like, harassing.
Exactly.
And I'm like, why? Like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You act like they're the ones behind the scenes making the decisions. Yeah. And not being, like, controlled by the fucking like.
Yeah, as if you could go up to Dave Roberts and be like,
now see here, Like, I just think it's lame because it's like, I don't know. I think it's cowardly. Like, why? Like, so easy for you to pick on, like, a woman or, like, the minimum wage worker, but you don't have the balls to go tell the fucking the millionaire, billionaire to go suck a dick. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. You swear he's going to be like, oh, thank you. Here's $1 million. Here's a band for supporting me. You know, like, come on, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, for sure. And then I guess touching back on, like, the sisters of who they invited, and then it was Kershaw, right? Yeah. Kershaw? I don't like Kershaw all that much either. Because he's so anti-LGBT.
He sucks as a player too, dude.
I know. Never mind. I won't get too. Never mind. I don't.
You won't get too personal attacks?
No. I just think there's more I want to say, but I feel like it'll go too long-winded.
I get you.
But I don't know. I just think it's lame. I really hope that the big three doesn't go, because I think that's, like, a statement. Like, nah. And I think to me, because, like, going back, I remember what I was gonna say is you working there to me is more like when I said it's like, bro, the culture loves you, and nobody's trying to take away the fact that like the culture, like, what's the word, like, took you in and made, like, I feel like so much of what, because like I said, I'm not a baseball guy. I just never really watched baseball.
Yeah.
But I feel like what makes the Dodgers so like appealing is what the culture did for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dodgers seem cool because the culture fucks with the Dodgers. They seem so culturally enriched. They seem so like I don't know, beloved. Like,
yeah,
and I think that's cool. I really do think that's cool. It's just disappointing for me that when it comes to the opportunity for them to give back to the culture, like they'll take as much as you give, right? They'll take every fucking penny. Let me put the Mexican flag on the fucking the Dodgers. Let me sell Los Doyers merch. Let me collab with who are they doing that collab with? Mr. Cartoon. Like, let's do all these things. Like, let's put murals in the city. Like, hell yeah, all these things. Like the iconic LA hat. But the second they have the opportunity to then give back themselves, whether it's acknowledging Chavez Ravine or saying, hey, that was wrong. We support reparations for the families. Or even just something as simple as saying, you know what, like, we're good. Like, the parade you guys gave us was amazing. The culture showed out for us. Like, thank you for that. We're satisfied. Like, we don't need any approval from anyone else. Like, that was the opportunity to be like, nah, yeah, we stand with you guys. Like, all the love you guys given to us, like, hell yeah, like, we're gonna give back to you and say no to going to this president who actively disrespects you guys. No, great honor. We love it. We love it. Keep inviting us, man. Want to win more championships so we can keep going back, so we can dab him up every year of his term. I think that's fucking lame as shit.
It is, dude.
I think it's so disappointing.
They're lames. Well, I mean, I guess whoever made that decision, because apparently it wasn't the players.
Yeah, that's why I really hope the players are like, nah, fuck that. Like,
I agree. I think I hope the big three don't pull up.
Yeah, specifically Shohei, man.
Well, I mean, Shohei is an immigrant. Mookie is black. Freddie Freeman, I guess, would be the only one that.
But the culture fucks with Freddie, bro. Like, the culture fucks with you.
Yeah, he does.
Like, the culture fucks with Freddie Freeman. I thought when Freddie hit that grand slam, was it a grand slam?
Yeah. When
Freddie hit that grand slam in game 1, I thought that was the coolest fucking shit ever. I saw how the culture popped off. The fucking stadium erupted. We were here watching the game, and you could hear them from the fucking windows how crazy that stadium went. They fuck with you guys. Yeah. Why do you guys so actively like disrespect the culture so much?
I don't mean to keep dissing Freddie Freeman and being like, I don't know why I'm like, maybe he would go. I just get this vibe from him. I just think he fits the bill. It's not anything personal, I swear. Yeah. I just think he fits the bill. Baseball, white player.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't, obviously.
Yeah.
But if he did, I guess I'd just be like, he fits the bill.
I think like another thing I wanted to add is I personally find it really annoying when people, I don't know, say like, let's keep this shit out of sports. Because I'm like, sports are arguably one of the most, if not the most culturally significant things always. Mm-hmm. There are always something politically awesome going on in sports. We just talk about Jackie Robinson. Yeah. Like, the way you're talking, saying like, keep that shit out of sports, you sound exactly like the people who were integration at the time, being let's keep black people out of sports. Let's keep this shit out of sports. You sound exactly the same. And you should be ashamed of yourself for saying that, because you might want to be like, nah, it's not even the same. Yes, it fucking is, bro.
Yeah.
They literally wanted to remove Jackie Robinson's history from official government websites. So don't give me that bullshit that it's not the same. It's completely the same.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
And like we said last week, like, everything is political. Like, you can't be like, keep politics out of sports. Bro, how do you keep politics out of life?
Yeah, like to me, I'm like, sports have some of the most, like how we talked about Muhammad Ali, where there's pictures pictures with him with Malcolm X. You know what I mean? And that's some of the most awesome pictures fucking ever.
Yeah.
Or when Jesse Owens dusted everybody in front of Adolf Hitler in the height of the fucking Second World War. One of the craziest moments in Olympic history.
Yeah.
The Olympics, every sport. You know what else is going on in sports right now? People don't want trans people in sports. And I'm telling you, I have no idea how you guys cannot see how it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's keep this shit out of sports. Bro, I'm telling you, you're on the wrong side of history, because in 60 years, they're going to look back and they're going to be like, wow, I can't believe people thought this. And people, I'm telling you, you can't hide behind the fact of, oh, nobody knew it was wrong. I'm telling you it's wrong. It's wrong. People know it's wrong. It's on camera. There's books. There's scientists. There's people begging for you to treat them equally. It's wrong, and you know it. So stop doing that. You know, I think that's lame as fuck. Or basketball, when the Black Lives Matter movement was happening, and the entirety of the NBA had Black Lives Matter on the back of their jerseys. The NBA, you can criticize them for a lot of things, and I still think you should. But I thought that was fucking cool of them to do that. You know what I mean? So don't give me this shit that sports are never political. It reminds me of when people say, like, oh, anime and Star Wars are supposed to be a fantasy world. Like, let's keep black people out of that. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. You sound the exact same way. Like, I don't know how you can at all. Yeah.
I just think it's crazy to say you don't involve politics into sports. Bruh, they got invited to the White House.
Yeah.
How political can it get?
Yeah.
They're literally meeting
They're literally going to see the king, the quote unquote king of the government
of
politics.
Yeah.
Like,
the self-appointed king of the United States. They're gonna go see him.
Keep it out of sports. They're going. Yeah. They got invited. Like,
yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think they're literally physically going into politics.
Yeah, the sports team.
Bro, I can't think of a single iconic sports like moment or season where something political didn't happen. The Super Bowl. Donald Trump was there. Kendrick performed. The revolution will be televised. A guy ran out with the Palestinian flag, Free Palestine. What do you mean it's not political? Are we watching the same thing? I think you're stupid if you think it's not political. Like, I genuinely think you're stupid. You probably just watch highlights on ESPN. You don't even watch sports. You know, you just
it just reminded me also of when people literally said that about
Star Wars.
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro, keep politics out of Star Wars. It has war.
It's a political movie.
It has war.
The Empire, the Resistance.
Didn't the director say that it's correlated?
George Lucas said he based the original movie on the
Vietnam.
I'm not gonna say, I guess.
Vietnam and the Nazis.
The Nazis. Maybe if I say it like that, it'll go over the
It's not political somehow. It's not political.
Yeah, I agree. You just got to be stupid if you think that it's not involved in like everything. I mean, that's what today's reel is about. So.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, as if like this comes out like a week later.
Yeah, I know.
It'll probably be like 4 reels at least.
No, yeah. I'm just like, bro, what do you mean? You literally had Ice Cube, fucking political rapper, like hella political rapper.
If you watch the movie, they got a lot of shit for fuck the police.
Yeah.
Like
well, speak a little truth and people lose their minds.
Yeah, stupid as shit. Like, I don't know. I think that's so dumb. It's like what we were talking about with meat vegans. You had Ice Cube wrote "Fuck the Police." Fuck the police. Talk about how black people are discriminated, how the police target black people. NWA, bro. Like how counterculture that was. How against the system, against the man, against all the institutions that oppress the culture. People
and specifically minorities in Los Angeles.
They had him perform because they know Ice Cube is an LA legend. For that reason, let's go to Trump. Let's go kiss his ass. Let's go shake his hand, his tiny little hands or whatever. And I don't know. What a dumb thing.
I guarantee you, you know what's weird is that funny enough, the organization isn't smart enough to know it's a bad idea. But Trump is still probably going to be hella disrespectful to Dodgers because he knows what Dodgers represent, which is Los Angeles, liberal, Latinos, liberal minorities, all that.
I'm surprised he even gave them the fucking invite. Like,
it's probably, I honestly think it's like a system. Like, obviously, they sent out like invites to all teams that win championships.
Like he probably didn't even know that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's on just like automatic.
Like, yo, you want to invite the team that won? He's
yeah,
like, yeah.
It's just like press shit. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I guarantee you, because he's like, oh, like I have this to do. Yeah. I'm guarantee you, he's not gonna give them the respect that he thinks that they're gonna give him.
And I think it's also again, I want to keep going because we're from LA. We love it here. Like, and we love the culture.
We just know the most too.
But like also like the protest that just happened about immigration that was on the freeway, that took over the freeway. I thought that was awesome. You know what I mean? ironic, like that you guys are representing LA, and the climate in LA is that they hate the presidency because of what he's doing. They just approved that LA is a sanctuary city to help immigrants. Against the guy who's the president, they're protecting. It's just so frustrating because it's like LA is literally struggling right now to protect its community, to protect the culture because it's under attack. And that's not
and it's making active moves to do that.
It's making it's trying to make active moves to do that. The culture is in trouble, man, and that's not even some propaganda. Like the culture is under attack. Like they watch his quotes. Like how can you sit here and act like it's not? And to me, I'm just like the sports team that like is so connected to the culture that intrinsically represents the culture. Like I said, the LA hat, that's a Dodger hat, you know? And you're going to go shake hands with the president and who shits on us all the time, who's like, oh, let's see if Gavin Newsom and those liberal states, like, if they want to listen to once we cut their funding. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. So hypocritical, so disappointing. I hope to God that Shohei Ohtani doesn't go. I would be very disappointed if he goes.
I wonder when they're supposed to meet him. Do you know? No. Let me see. I'm going to look up when. So, because maybe this episode will be out by then.
Yeah.
And then everybody's watching this like, damn.
Yeah.
Or like, hell yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we film in advance. I don't know if people know that, but
we always, I think, say it. Also, I looked up random side quests. I looked up if Anthony Banda is Latino. And I can't find anything. I looked up Anthony Banda Mexican, and the AI on Google said yes, he is. But they didn't give me a source or nothing. And like the only source is this Instagram video of somebody who put Anthony Banda and the Mexican and the American flag. But he doesn't say like I am a Mexican in that video.
I think he's like maybe like third generation or something.
Maybe
I don't know though.
Because I forgot who told me. But when obviously the Dodgers were going on their championship run last year, somebody told me that he wasn't Latino or Mexican. And I was like, "Are you deadass?" And he was saying, I don't remember who told me. He was saying that he actually has a problem with it because I feel like he's kind of stealing the culture. He's like culture appropriating. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. His last name is Banda, which sounds, Spanish. So I don't know for reals, but just a random tangent. I don't know. If one day it breaks out that he's not and it's going viral, everybody's like, wow, like
what a shit talker.
Like, wow, he was really dressing like us, trying to be like us. I doubt it because everybody was thirsting after him last year.
Yeah.
But if it ever did, just know we broke that story right here. I was the first one who. Anyways, what was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, when are Dodgers?
I hope it's all a ruse and they just go jump him. They just go jump.
Bro, there's because one of the players, his nickname, at least in some times, it's Mariachi Joe.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh
and the iconic wear actually came from him wearing the mariachi suit at the White House.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow, what's it called? No, by the time this episode comes out, they won't see him yet. They see him on April 7th.
April 7th.
Next episode,
on April
this
1st,
one comes out.
Like, just kidding.
On the 3rd.
Really hope
JK, actually, nobody's going to show up.
I just really hope Shohei doesn't go because it's like, he's the face of the league. Yeah. It's like LeBron not going or like when LeBron spoke out against Trump.
I guess because like that part is where it's very disappointing because like how you mentioned, like Jackie Robinson is an icon within not just the Dodgers but within MLB.
Yeah, baseball
like he's celebrated across the board. They all wear his number during a day for him, and I think it's just very disappointing because it's like you guys aren't standing in solidarity with him.
Yeah,
like you guys are actively disrespecting him.
I know, rolling over in his grave.
Yeah, and I think that's why for me it's just like extremely disappointing. Because of that fact. Yeah. Like, you guys know the history of your own organization. And I don't know. I think for specifically the players, like, as much as, like, they're saying that, it wasn't discussed between the players, I just think, like, if none of them, I guess, are outspoken about it, I think it's just very much, like, they don't care generally. They just want to play the sport. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. I just feel like, I guess it's just very bad. It's just horrible to see that. And like, I guess in a way, it's like the only connection that I see with it too is that because some of them aren't from here, they don't really care.
Yeah. No, yeah. That again, like I know I keep going back to Shohei, but like he's an immigrant, face of the league. I think it's an opportunity for him to set the tone of the league, to be like, nah, like we stand with Jackie Robinson. Like we stand. This is where because as much as people, I don't know, want to disagree, the face of the league in any sport always moves the direction of the league that goes.
Yeah.
Like there's that iconic clip of how everybody in the bubble in 2020 looked to LeBron and said, "Are you gonna play in the bubble? Because if you don't, we're not gonna play." You know what I mean? And or like, because I'm telling you, if Shohei says I'm not gonna go, the whole team or a bunch of people are gonna be like, "All right, we're not gonna go," because he's the captain, he's their leader, like he's their player, like he's the face of the league. So I really hope that that's the case. And then I guess like one more thing, like before I'll shut up, is like when people say like, "Oh, like they don't have to speak out, like they're just trying to like, I don't know, like they're just trying to play the sport." I always say this. I feel like I don't understand where people got this idea. Maybe it's the propaganda, but I think people not saying anything about politics or what's going on in the world is just as political as saying something. I think you not speaking out against genocide or you not speaking out against racism or the anti-blackness, anti-immigrant like rhetoric of this administration, you just saying nothing, like even if you agree that it's wrong and you still say nothing, whatever you do, I think that's equally as political as me going anywhere and saying what I say.
Yeah.
I really do. Because to me, it feels like, oh, you're not going to say anything? I'm letting you go. Like, you know what I mean? It seems like you're getting out of the way for them to do that. I feel like it's enabling. I feel like it's just wrong. I think, in my opinion, it's wrong on a moral level, like on a personal and moral level to do that. But I think it is, I don't know where people got this notion that it isn't like a political statement to stay out of politics. I think it is a very political statement to not say anything. Which I guess hot take, but I think it's very political to be quiet about certain things. No,
I agree.
Because it's like you're being complacent. You're letting them do whatever they want. It's because the way I like to picture it is like if you were on the street, on the street and some guy pretend Trump is just some normal guy. If he walked up to you and your family and said what he says on the stage of millions on the world platform, if he said that to your face on the street and he was just some guy, would you let him say that? Would you genuinely let him say that? If he came up to you on the street and he was like, "Hey, like I feel like immigrants need to go back to their fucking country," if he said that to your face, would you let that slide? Probably. A lot of people would be like, "Fuck no, I beat his ass." Da 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 da. But I feel like you're not even saying anything online. That's why when people shit on us and be like, "Oh, everybody gets all loud online," and I say, yeah, like I don't think it's anything revolutionary for us to speak online because it's super easy to do. I feel like that's exactly the point. It's the easiest thing to do, and you're not even willing to do that. So you're going to sit here and tell me and expect me to believe that if on the street, in actual person, the harder thing to do to speak out, you're going to do something? I'm willing to bet you wouldn't. Yeah. I'm willing to bet you're telling me you'd be like, "Oh, man, this guy has a point. He says it like it is." If some guy went up to your mother and said, "Hey, I don't think you deserve rights," or go back to your fucking country, you would let that slide? You would genuinely let that? Because it sounds like you would. Yeah. You're letting it slide on the easiest platform ever. If what we do is so easy, why don't you do it? Yeah. If it's so easy, so cowardly for us to so easily say this, why don't you do it? Why? You get what I mean?
No, I get you.
I'm like, you expect me to believe that you would stand up for people IRL if you won't even do it online. That's what I'm gonna say.
No, I get you. Feel free to edit this out, Brandon. Actually, probably edit this out. I know, Jay, you need to get out by 11. We only have 15 minutes left. Do you still want to talk about the director being lynched, or should we move on to Julie's segment?
Me and Julie talked about it. We said we were just going to end with the Dodgers. It's
okay. Yeah. You guys didn't let me know.
Oh, we just thought you'd pick it up because it's like, oh, well, we're running out of time.
I just thought we were just going long on the Dodgers. My bad.
But like, no.
Well, that's a good thing. Thanks for letting me know, though.
No, yeah, but that's mostly it. Like, oh, you probably have to say something because
Yeah. Oh, okay.
To react to what I
said.
Yeah, I agree, Brandon.
Yeah. But that's pretty much gonna be our entire episode for this week, guys. Yeah. We ended up going a little long. Well, actually, we didn't go that long, but we have business to take care of today. But obviously, next week will be a whole new episode where we will be free range and be able to talk forever. Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a very civil, nice conversation. I think if you're a Dodger fan or live in Los Angeles, use that big, beautiful brain to just make some
and just remember, like, again, if we didn't hammer it home enough, we love the culture. We're all about the culture. We're never gonna be against the culture. We love that the culture loves LA. The culture is with the Dodgers. We're just upset that the Dodgers isn't with the culture, and that's it. We're criticizing the organization. So don't get it twisted. Don't try to
it's not a personal attack on you if you're a fan of Dodgers.
Yeah, we're not trying to say like if you're a fan of the Dodgers, it's lame. We're just saying that it sucks that the Dodgers aren't a fan of you.
Ooh.
Add that in.
Yeah.
That one, that's going on the reel.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a bar. That's what I'm talking about. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Thank you. We're clip farming.
We're clip farming.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
But we really appreciate you guys watching us. You know, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Again, like, you know, if you want to support us more, you like our videos, you like what we're about, check out our Patreon. You know, we haven't been as consistent, but we're gonna be more consistent. We're trying, man. Let us know what you want to see. If you guys want to see more content from us, let us know. We're always trying to listen to our fans, you know. So thank you for all of your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to us. Yep. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Oh shit! I gotta. Speaking of Patreon, I'm over here. I'm
promoting it, but forgetting.
I'm over here promoting it, and I'm like,
it was like, yeah.
Anyways, hold on. Where's it at? I have it in my notes, but I'm always okay. Shout out to Yoel, Jada Chicano, Eli Quintero, I Am Potato Todd, Stephen Carvajal, Carla Corazon, Avaduga de Pasadena, and Altadena will rebuild.
And it will.
We really appreciate your patronage. Again, check it out. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.